Hey everyone, happy Monday. Shelly Wasso coming to you live from Chicago. Happy Monday. I am super excited to be here. If you've been following me, just came back from my first in-person mastermind retreat with some legends and Danelle Delgado, and it was the most amazing thing ever. So this live is super perfect for just coming off this trip that was just amazing that I got to share with my husband and just rock stars. But I'm excited to share these 3 tips. It ties in a lot with our family, especially because we have lived with a lot of sports in our house, and it's the tips I'm super excited to share with you, like how to be a champion on and off the field. So if you're watching my live video, be sure to say hi. If you catch the replay, #replay, let me know where you're coming in from. It's super cool for me to see who's watching. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Shelly. I'm a full-time corporate executive mom of 2 amazing boys, married to my high school sweetheart. Kicking off tonight my first 6-week training, Do It Rich training, to really dive into showing others how to bring richness to all areas of their life, because we're so big on setting, our big goals, our work goals, and our health goals. But honestly, if you are not setting goals in all areas of your life, whether that's with your relationships with your spouse, as a mother, spiritual relationships, whatever those are, you really need fullness in all areas of your life to really kick it yourself to the next level, even when it comes to business. Hi Tammy, happy Monday. Wherever you're at, the weather is crazy. Like, it snowed today. It was in the 70s last week. So this is crazy, but it's Chicago for you for sure. I'm so glad that you're watching, Tammy. So anyway, my 3 tips. So what I wanted, 3 tips, my 3 things that I'm going to pour into you on how to be a champion on and off the field. It's actually, we got some of this in the retreat, the mastermind retreat that I was at, but businesses use sports. Sports is like used as a proxy for business, right? So people rely on books that are tied to sports legends, and companies use motivational speakers and inspire their employees through athletes and coaches, and those people speak at conferences. And we actually had at Danelle Delgado's retreat somebody that she knows in her community who actually she has trained with. His name was Joe, and he's a boxer, and he was super cool to listen to. He had some great things about how to fight on and off the field, which is the same thing kind of here that I'm going to chat with you about. And I think another thing is that we really push our kids. So we always push our kids, right, to do really good in school. If your kids are in sports, ours were in travel sports, so we were out on the road a lot, but we push our kids all the time, right, to be like, get good grades and do great at sports, and push them, and we should be doing the same for us. We should be like pushing ourselves just as much as we're pushing our family and our children. Sometimes we push them more, and then we forget that we need to do those things for ourselves. So one thing, again, before I get into my 3 tips, is I really have taken these to heart, and I can't wait to share them with you through all of the lessons that I've learned and the mistakes that I've made. And I want to pay it forward and share these things with you. So tip number 1, I'm going to tie some of, if any of you are watching, have you ever, one thing that our our group was challenged to listen to was Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. So I don't know if any of you have listened to that. The audio is really good. If you have, let me know in the comments below if you've listened to Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. But I'm gonna tie in some of, because I just recently finished his audio, and I'm gonna tie some of the things that he says that I learned from his audio into my 3 tips. So, but tip number 1, don't just do your best, do whatever it takes. Don't just do your best, do whatever it takes. So it's like, so we're gonna compare an athlete to ourselves, right? So an athlete is like, some have natural talents, some don't. It's not the natural talent or the physical gifts that are given to us. If you are an athlete, some of those can take advantage of those things. I've listened to it 3 times and read the book twice. Nice. I think that I definitely need to listen to it again, because there was so much. I've only gone through it once, and I can't imagine just reading the book and not doing the audio, but it actually is probably good to read the book after listening to the audio. But getting, don't just do your best, do whatever it takes. We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's what drives the athletes to do a little bit more, right? It's those ones that like stay extra to do some of the extra free throws, or those that sacrifice putting in the extra time, or the individuals who just don't just want to do their best, but are going to do whatever it takes. The successful people do whatever it takes. So I had just some of the lessons that I have learned, but I had a fear of doing live videos. Back in the day I didn't, wasn't really keen on social media. It's not my favorite thing in my corporate world to travel, at least back in the day when I was growing my book. Every single week I was on the road, right? Those are sacrifices that we make to do whatever it takes to be successful. And so you just have to fight through those things. Mental toughness, yes. And so that is one of the things going into, so Tammy, you'll know this, but going into the David Goggins Can't Hurt Me, one of my favorite things, and that I'm trying to work on, and I love this part, is to, most of us think that we need to triple down on our strengths, but we need to triple down on our weaknesses. So I would challenge you, if you're listening to this, to like pick a weakness and challenge yourselves. So right now, I have challenged myself to meditate for 10 minutes a day for 90 days. So I'm on day 4. I've tried meditation before and it's not easy. So for me, it is something that I want to keep practicing and learn how to do. It's not easy for me to shut my mind off, so I am challenging myself. But find a weakness, challenge yourself. It doesn't have to be 90 days. You could do 30 days to start off, but it's like training your brain that you're in control, and you're gonna do whatever it takes. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is raising your skill to the next level. So don't be afraid of new things, like new technologies. Open yourself to new ideas. I am not great at technology whatsoever. So I try to not reach out to those in my corner who are super good and not ask all the questions, but to try to figure out some of it myself. But be curious and try new things. Like, is there a better way to do something out there? Is there a better way to systemize the things around you, your business, your house, like whatever it might be? You have to raise your skill to the next level. So that's like really stepping outside of your comfort zone, modeling different behaviors. So one of the things, going back to the book that I was just talking about, is again David Goggins, but life is one big mind game and you're playing yourself. right? So in order to play yourself, you have to up your skills and take them to the next level. This is crazy, right? But we have 2,000 to 3,000 thoughts per hour, and we're like a slave to our mind. So upping our skill level just helps us take that stuff in our mind and control it, which is a lot of what my training is on with goal setting and such. Control your subconscious and take over. And some of that can be done through learning these skills. And then my tip number 3 is shake it off and step it up. So kind of going back to sports, right? Because we're saying being a champion on and off the field. So we got to tie this into sports a little bit. But it's like, I remember I was watching, this was a few years ago, and it was a friend of mine's daughter who was playing softball, and she got hit super hard with a pitch, right? So she's batting, she got hit super hard with a ball. It was in her shin. It was hurting so bad. Like the coach was like, stay in there, you're gonna like hit again. And she actually hit a home run. So that's like, shake it off and step it up. Her leg wasn't broke where she needed to come completely off the field. Obviously, the coach thought she was okay enough to stay in, but look at that, she stayed in and hit a home run. So basically that is like, some days are tough, right? It's not easy, and we just have to shake it off. It's like, our days are busy. How am I going to fit one more thing in? I don't want to get up early to work out. I need extra time in my day, right? We can make all those excuses up, but we just have to step it up, shake it off, step it up. But those are some of the tips that are my favorite things. Don't just do your best, do whatever it takes. Raise your skill to the next level and shape it up, and shake it off, shape it up, shake it off and step it up. Those are my 3 tips to become a champion on and off the field. And I love connecting with people. If anyone found value in that or wants to share some of what you think it is to be a champion on and off the field, you can share it in the comments below. But happy Monday. And like I said, I'm super excited kicking off my first Do It Rich training. So you'll see more of that to come. Super excited. Have a great Monday.